back to another exciting episode of the Film Alchemist podcast, the show where we take the movies we love, break them apart, to find out what gives them their magic. I'm your host, Josh Griffey, joined as always by my friend, co-host, and guy who just won't grant my goddamn wish,
Alex Dantino.
All right, before today's epic finale of the Wishmaster series as part of our October Mega Marathon, 31 days, 31 pods. Before we finally finish off that goddamn gin, literally, a little bit of business. People, it's official. We have made our way to Patreon. That's right, patreon.com/filmalchemistpod. If you want us to make your wishes come true, that's the best place to do it. You can get in for as little as $1 a month, and we assure you we greatly appreciate that. As you climb the tiers, you get access to a Patreon-exclusive library filled with awesome movies. You get a vote on the movies you want to fill that library up with. We do commentaries, miniseries, Q&As. You even can select double features, man, and we're always looking to adjust and add new features to make it even more awesome for all of our friends and supporters. So, again, that's patreon.com/filmalchemistpod. It would mean the world to us if you would come join the cause over there. If you can't help financially, we get it, man. That's all good. There's some other stuff you can do to help us out. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, Film Alchemist. You can share the shows and follow us on all your social media. That means the world to us. Thank you if you do that. You can email the show, filmalchemistpod@gmail.com, if you ever want to talk. Yell at us, ask us to grant wishes that we will semantically judo you with. That's fine, man. That's the email. You can do that there. filmalchemistpod@gmail.com. Also, ratings and reviews wherever and everywhere you find the pod is a great way to help us defeat these algorithms that won't just love us for who we truly are, man. You know what I mean? You can help us with that. Thank you guys for everything you do. Especially, guys, we want to ask you a special plea here. Share the shit out of the October Mega Marathon. It is our big event every year. We put in a lot of work, and we want to share with as many people as possible. So, again, thank you for all your help. All right. We appreciate all that. Almost as much as we appreciate Wishmaster 4, Prophecy Fulfilled.
I actually would amend the subtitle for this one. Wishmaster 4, Gin Love. That's what I'd say.
I feel like it's Wishmaster 4, Prophecy Fulfilled, ? I mean, if we're just getting as technical as possible, because that's a lie. I knew I was in better hands immediately with Wishmaster 4. Wishmaster 3 had somewhat derailed. It lacked a little bit of that spark and magic, right? Yeah. This one had a flaming title card. Gave you
the type up front.
It gave me the type. It brought me back to the lore summary because that's important for this movie. Big lore. Big lore.
Big lore here.
And at the end, right? Fear one thing. Fear the gin. And immediately okay, so we're back to the lore, which is good. Also, someone writing down, fear only one thing, fear the gin. Insult to God. Maybe that describes why the gin's in this fucking unwinnable game. Neither here nor there. We still have the shitty gin. We still have the shitty fucking watered down suit. I don't know why they made this suit so fucking watered.
Very greasy.
What I'll say. And again, the weird motorcycle entrance with the Wish.com Tommy Lee coming in.
Yep.
And just fucking pounding this lady till the bed breaks and then drawing her like one of his French girls.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a weird energy with kind of like a Lilith Fair nu metal song playing. It's a strange intro.
Right.
But immediately I felt some zest. I think that's my biggest complaint with Wishmaster 3 is it's so flat and devoid of interest. This movie, for whatever it is, it felt you can feel that the filmmakers had a little bit more passion and interest in what they were doing.
Yeah.
And I appreciated that. So Alex, opening thoughts on Wishmaster 4.
Yeah, I don't know if you know this. In some just basic research, apparently they shot 3 and 4 back to back. Like I might have said that on last episode.
You did?
Apparently only separated by a weekend. Like 1 weekend break, and then they went into shot. So here's my thing. I have a feeling they really wanted to shoot Wishmaster 4. And
Is it
they
the
like
same
had
director?
Same director. Chris Angel. The mind freak himself.
So my entire theory is just
guy.
thrown out of the window.
About
Why does this one feel like there's more passion in it than part 3?
Well, this is what I'm thinking.
Okay.
I think that this might have been number 3. And then they were like, hang on.
We can cram one more.
We could cram one more in there. Let's write this shit real fast.
Dude, that is a fascinating theory.
So I wonder if
maybe they're like, we got enough. We could squeeze out one more.
I think we can squeeze out one more.
Around. Yeah.
We have this college campus for free for like a week. Yeah. Do you guys want to run around and make a Wishmaster at a college campus?
Do you want to do the Wishmaster as the 3,000-year-old running guy? And it's like, yeah, cool.
I think Artisan Entertainment gave them a few extra bucks. And they're like, if you can squeeze 2 out of 1, we'll give you like whatever on the back end or some shit.
Nice. I bet that was a huge deal.
Apparently they thought they were making,
Okay, but that is interesting. So same guy.
Same guy.
The movie feels so differently, right? One is left out in the cold and shabby and lifeless, and this one, again, it increases the porniness, right? Like, because now we're not doing like the late night Cinemax. We're just doing like a lot of tits and ass constantly.
Yeah, there's a lot of pornography in this one. This is what I'd say about Prophecy Fulfilled and why I do think it's different. I think when you're looking at a movie like whatever subtitle you subscribe to for Wishmaster 3, whatever your preferred is, when you're looking at a movie like Wishmaster 3 and you're using like the pretense of like college and shit like that, sometimes I think people think to pocket themselves in that like, oh, we got to hit like these choice notes, like, oh, there's a sexist guy and there's like a sex kitten gal and all these other things that like happen in college.
Right.
When it's just people living their lives, you have a little more open range to do that. And I think that's why Wishmaster 4 starts in this way that, while very porny and very Skinemax, also kind of just works, man. Like there is still like this level of like, I get it.
Yeah. And the hard cut into her in like a fucking square ass like suit jacket.
Mm-hmm.
And then seeing that Wish.com Tommy Lee's in a wheelchair now, you're like, okay, there's more story going on. There's more stakes and things for me to sink my teeth
we got shit
into.
going on.
Yeah, that one little bit, and the guy who gives her the fucking wish gem going in for the fucking kiss only to find out he's the lawyer.
Right.
They're still like together but not married. Anyways, neither here nor there. The human stuff is not wildly interesting as is tradition, but it is captivating enough and engaging. You don't feel like it's just thrown in there as a waste.
We're also now at the point where the Wishmaster Ruby is basically in an actual jewelry box.
He found another jewelry box,
easily broken, by the way.
Well, I like when she drops it, he goes, did that break? And it's like, it fucking has an open.
The last one at least had like like I said, puzzle box for dumb people thing. This one literally is just like a jewelry box that can like break without question. Like,
also, real strange thing to be like, this is gonna get me in there.
Yeah,
this is gonna seal the deal.
Did you get the sense that also? I don't know. Maybe I misread this because obviously I watch a lot with closed captioning and everything. I don't think Steven, I believe is his name. I don't think Steven realized that there was the ruby was in there. Am I correct?
No, he didn't. So I was like, you really did just give her a stupid ass looking box.
You gave her a terrible little like pewter box, thinking that would get you in, like Flynn.
He's like, I wonder if she'll pick up the symbolism. A cold, dusty box that hasn't been opened in years. This will ignite the fires. Women love that kind of subtlety. No, whatever. Throw all that shit out, right? They set us up. They do the base work of telling a story. Yeah. And I'm telling you, early in the film, I immediately felt in better hands, which is strange that it was the exact same hands. I like your theory, right, that the other was a cram in. I do like that a lot. We see the Wishmaster the first time. Still the same kind of thing, whatever. Face rips, he's the lawyer now.
Yep.
This is the thing. This Jen is so much, because we kind of get the same vibes, right? He goes over and interrupts monkey shine time.
Yep.
He bites an apple, throws it back in the bowl. Like, all right, he's still a little dickhead.
Mm-hmm.
This Jin is so fucking different at this point. So he brings the lady into his office and he goes, hey, man, I got a new strategy. Let's make it. She's like, I wish we won the case.
Right.
In possibly one of the most legally dubious moves since fucking A Few Good Men, he calls the enemy lawyer who tells him to suck a dick. And the guy starts in just a brutally gnarly scene, right? Cutting his ear off, stabbing his cheek, cuts his nose off.
Mm-hmm. Rips his tongue out.
Rips his own tongue out while these two people just bang on a glass door like they can't get in there.
Like there are no it's glass.
Clearly they
Guys,
don't like this guy either. He had like a real like small dick energy vibe at the start, so probably a bad boss.
Sure,
like no. Yep. They're like doing the Willy Wonka meme. No, please help. But I do think that as a man is chopping his face up and there's blood in the fax machine, I don't think that's a legally binding document, no matter how much of magic's attached to it.
Well,
I don't think they're getting that 10 mil check, is my theory.
Are you sure?
But he grants her actual fucking wish.
I like this thread about the Jins, okay? Like,
yes,
they're always trying new things, and I really appreciate that. Like Wishmaster 2, he's like, I've never been to jail. I'm going to check this jail thing out. Wishmaster 3, I've never been to college. I'm going to check this college thing out. Finally, in Wishmaster 4, like, I've never been a lawyer. I want to check this lawyer thing out. Like, if there's true people who can twist the words, this is where to learn it.
He's kind of, because he doesn't choose it, but he's kind of like a guy who just takes whatever Groupon and he's like, I'm a yes man. I'm making the most out of every opportunity.
Yeah. I'm going to get $60 of Korean barbecue because I can.
Yeah. But, okay, so his next wish, right? He drags her to the belly dancer place.
Yep. Goes out. Yeah. Belly dancer. I don't think they were eating Indian food, but it was some. It was like literally, it was like a steakhouse with belly dancers.
He's still a creep because he does the like. I wish I'd be kissed like that. And he's like, I'll send everyone over there. And I was like, God damn, this is before people thought about COVID ever. Just like 15 people, men, women, whatever, running up to get kisses on this waitress. I don't know if she'll die from those kisses. That's the Wishmaster's vibe. Grants her wish, gives the husband the ability to walk back. We are 29 minutes into the movie, and he has completed 2 of the 3 wishes. Wishmaster 3, I don't think he grants a wish until the wish that undoes him.
Right.
So he got 2 wishes in 30 minutes. You know why? Give people exactly what the fuck they want, and they will hang themselves immediately.
I think the Jin learned from his experience in Wishmaster 3, you know what? I can't just sit around waiting for people to get the right syntax. What I need to do is really listen to people like Dr. Phil would, and that's how I'm going to do this. Like, he basically Dr. Phil's everybody.
Well, maybe. Because the movie's asking us to explore the possibility that the fucking Jin caught feelings.
Okay, yeah, like,
because this is the big question of the movie: is did the Jin legitimately catch feelings? Did he turn on his family? Because here's the setup, right? Because I don't know, there are probably people who will watch this that are like, I'm not watching Wishmaster 4.
Yeah,
or hear this, whatever, fine, neither here nor there. They're sitting there. He's got fucking candles, so that place is smelling good. They're drinking fucking old ass vintage wine. He's going in there to probably prepare a charcuterie board, whatever. And she just says, also, I forgot a key element. Husband gets his legs back and then proceeds to use them to just walk closer to his wife and verbally abuse her.
Yeah.
And says, I'm going to the titty bar. Thanks for taking care of me all those times.
Sorry, we skipped over something glaring that I have to point out here. Also, even when he was paralyzed still, she like walked in on him just checking out pornography on his computer. He's like,
that's fine.
You can go upstairs.
Married people watch pornography all the time. It's a healthy release valve.
I'm not saying married people don't watch pornography all the time. What I'm saying is literally she's like standing over his computer. He's like, you don't.
That's his space. That's his space. You don't fly into enemy territory and then be surprised when you see me building bunkers.
What I'm saying is it's a real show of aggression. So this guy was clearly a dick to begin with anyways. Even before he lost his legs. Anyways.
I think it's a monkey shine thing where he's mad at the world. He's like, I used to be a fucking bed cracker. Now I'm sitting here in the wheelchair. I think he's a guy with his ego cannot suffer because that's the thing. She's still taking care of him. He can still use his hands. He can still absolutely have this time with her, but he's going through it. That's at least relatable enough. The throwing porn in her face is pretty mean. This is the thing, though. I'd like to think that if I had been in an accident and I lost the use of my legs and I'd been really feeling bad about, my wife having to take care of me, I'd like to think that when I got my legs magically re-imbued, the first thing that I'd do is be like, you better call Sleep Number. We're going to need a new bed.
Yeah, we need a new bed.
I'm cracking this shit open. I'm going to thump through the wall, never stop until, the magic wears off, right? This guy won't even contemplate it. She has a dream that he just comes home from the titty bar, covered in glitter, smelling like buttholes and sandwiches, and just gets to climb in and just fucking dive right in. And then all of a sudden the djinn hands come up and start grubbing. Ah! And she wakes up and he just comes in and she's like, I had a nightmare. We were making love. He goes, sounds about right. And I'm like, hey, man, you don't get to come home with the fucking glittery ass leather jacket.
Not cool. Not cool.
And be throwing shade. You literally got your legs back and told your wife you're using them to go to the strip club. Right. So that's the mood she's in when she's there with the djinn. She catches him in the weirdest paradox of the franchise. When under her breath.
It's amazing.
Which apparently is legally binding, even if he doesn't hear it fully, or unless he has Piccolo ears from Dragon Ball Z ears, everything. And she says, I wish I could love you for who you really are. Why she phrases it that way, I have no fucking idea. Was she even talking about the djinn, or was she talking about Wish.com Tommy Lee? I don't know. But the djinn goes, oh my God, the third. And again, we're 35 minutes into the movie. There's a whole hour left of this movie. And he's like, oh my God. He starts sweating. He's like, I need you to get out of here. And he unfurls upon us as his cousin shows up in the hell portal. What the fuck, bro? Grant the wish. And he's
that is my favorite part of this movie. Is
dude, it's so awesome. The fucking hell portals are, because it's like a FaceTime from your own family that's still wearing the mustache. It's like, thanks. Yeah. That's what I needed to open my phone and get judged.
It's this perfect FaceTime from hell where the hell, man? What are you waiting on? Just get we got to go. We got shit to do.
He gets real aggressive with his family by the end of the movie. He's like, can you fuck up? But
can
no,
you just
they
fuck
come
up?
in and start yelling at him.
I caught feels.
Yeah, because they're like, we've been waiting thousands of years. He's like, you got to wait a little more. This is complicated. Yeah. Does she love me or moist rubber suit me? I got to find out.
Yeah.
He actually goes on a sojourn to talk to human beings and find out what ignites their passions and love.
This turns into this weird Beauty and the Beast thing real quickly.
Yes. Okay, so this is my question I pose to you. He asks her best friend who says killer sex. She gets death by orgasm.
Right, yeah, of course.
He goes to the titty bar, right? To see what's up, sex moves the world, whatever. Big miss of the film is that we didn't see that guy become a pimple on her ass. That was a bummer. Neither here nor there, right?
Again, there's always going to be some misses.
Do you think the djinn actually caught feelings and the djinn is actually prepared to forsake his family in hell for this woman, or at least keep her as his queen in this new hell on earth?
Doesn't it kind of make the movie better that the Wishmaster caught feels?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
I really I gotta go with
because this is the fun thing he says, because this is the paradox he's caught in, and he goes, human love can't be magic.
Human love can't be taken.
It's a wish that only
it must
she
be given
can
freely.
Grant. So this is the thing, a wish that only she can grant. She is now the fucking Wishmaster of the movie.
Right.
And he is sitting there trying to figure out, probably poorly at best, how to seduce her. And he keeps going for it. He keeps trying. We get to the point in this fucking bananas movie where they actually fuck. A full-on fuck scene. And he's so excited. He kind of goes a little early, but,
whatever, it's
not a
okay.
lot of practice,
Listen,
right?
1,000 years, caught in a rubes, I get it.
Yeah, and he just sits there all sweaty in a dead man's body, having just had sex with the waker. And he's like, do you love me? I need to know now. And gets so fucking creepy, he essentially blows it. Because this is the thing. In that moment, all he has to do is get her to admit, I love you. And then he can legalese. We've seen 100 examples in this series of him cheating the words.
Guys, it's Beauty and the Beast, man.
Yeah.
Like, it is the rules of Beauty and the Beast going through the rest of this movie.
Yes, that's a good way to put it. So she acts. This movie has a human being fuck the Wishmaster, and the Wishmaster be like, "Don't leave me." Like, that is the running. Not like a creepy, like, "I'll have sex with you and my dick will rip you in half because you wished for it." Because that was the line in the strip club, right? What would it take to get in play with a girl like that, right? It's her tits are flopping around.
Right, of course.
He goes, "A fat wallet." And then the waitress just goes, "And a fatter dick." And I was like, all right, that could be like a joke, right? Like, "I want a fat dick." All right. And she gets fucking blown up, right? Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah.
A lot of Big Trouble deaths I wanted in this franchise. Neither here nor there.
I mean, they just lend themselves to it, yeah.
It does. There's a lot of good jokes there. The Wishmaster seemingly really, really wants this lady, right?
I think he's in love.
I think he's fucking in love, man.
He finally, after thousands of years, feels, and he doesn't know what to do. But what he doesn't want to do is leave this woman and have to deal with his stupid FaceTiming brothers who constantly are cock-blocking him.
Yeah, because there's this weird, like, subplot of the movie. There are two that kind of fall away, right? One is the hunter.
Yeah.
The hunter has been activated because the final wish has been made but not going through.
Right,
and that guy just gets his ass whipped in, like, another, like, LARPer fight.
Yeah, he's like Wish.com, Antonio Sabato Jr. kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he gets fucking got, and I'm like, oh,
actually, that is Antonio Sabato Jr. Either way, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, is that? Yeah, he's his own Wish.com.
It's not even a burn. He's an Ask Jeeves, Antonio Sabato Jr.
Yeah. But it's just like, is that like Wish.com Highlander is all we got, and then he's gone. Yep. And then the boyfriend is like being such an ass, but then he finds the picture of her naked body he drew, and then he sculpts it briefly, but never gives it to her. Never like apologizes to her or falls in love with her again. Very strange. So we're kind of spinning our wheels, right? But while this is happening, I felt better about this movie. Like I said, the lawyer scene was awesome.
Yeah.
The fuck to death scene is good, right? Even the bouncer was fine enough, right? Him getting thrown in the dumpster. I wonder what day they try.
What day? Tuesday. Yeah, we got a lot of quipping coming from the gin.
Yeah, even the fucking, low rent Highlander chopping her head off, right?
Yeah.
Cool stuff, man. They got a couple good scenes going. But it's all culminating to this very fucking weird moment, right? Where essentially he traps her in her house and he reveals who he is, right? She's mad because this is a little bit of confusion, but either he wrote the letter from the boyfriend who said, "You need to leave. I can't love you like he can. I saw how he loved you."
Right.
Whatever. He knows about it. He admits, he fesses up to writing it. Whatever. Then he's like, "This is my true form." She falls right through the floor. She lands back in the bed. He's sitting there all like, it's very strange. And he's like, "Come on, we can be friends. It's cute. You got a friend in me." He wants to write his name on the bottom of her shoe like she's Cowboy Woody. It's very bizarre. I'm pretty sure the movie then tells me when his friends hell time him again and they go, bro, hurry up. You failed to seduce her. We got to go. And he's like, "You're fucking blocking me."
Yeah.
I think they're telling us that the hell portal opened up. They reached out and found a legal yellow pad and a red crayon somewhere and wrote the fucking false breakup letter. I think his hell cousins might have written it because they're like, "This guy sucks at seducing. We'll help him out." And even if that's not true, I laugh for a good 5 minutes at the thought of him like reaching out of the hellfire.
All right. You've got the paper. Yes.
Our boy can love you so much better, I promise.
Put it back
when
before she comes
banging,
back.
the demon hands coming out. So they're interfering a lot.
Yeah.
Man, and
Yeah,
cool.
they're getting really into it here.
Yeah,
that whole thing where the demon hands come out and like she just was revealed in that dream. You're like, guys, come on. Not okay. Like,
even if she's running through the house and they're like, Lisa. I'm like, dude, you gotta let your boy work.
There's a lot of Jin blocking here. Not okay.
Yeah, you gotta let your boy work. I don't know how it goes with Jin ladies. This might be new territory.
That could be it.
The Jin could be an essentially genderless, sexless,
sure. That's what it is.
Reproductive species where there's X amount of them made. So this is all new, and they're just like, he's doing what with the dead body?
Maybe this is
God.
That's maybe because like in the first,
never contacted him before. We never saw in any movie that they had the ability to speak through hell.
Right.
The first time they see him use that dick, they're like, we got to call this dude.
Right. So the Jin from the first two Wishmasters is like super into his job. Like he's like pleasure for pain stuff. He probably got a lot of hell time calls, and they're like, dude, you are just like fucking around. Can you finish this up? He's like, no, I'm taking my time, man. I'm enjoying my life. Yeah. This guy is probably like not the favorite. Like he gets to Earth, and they're like, oh, this guy for fucking serious? This is the one who ends up getting out?
He's like, my older brother's so good at creating little hells everywhere he goes.
Yeah.
I'm still teaching the class. I'm trying my
damnedest. And they're like, oh, great. So it's this guy. And they're like he's like the youngest one who they're like goading into finishing finally. It's not going to happen. Sorry about the sniff, but I'm very...
Yeah, no, I mean, I get it, dude, because he's essentially pitching her wife life. He's like, we can have this. It'll all be good, right? He has this fucking wild line, right, where he's like, the fact that Sam can walk again is a testament to my love for you. And then he gives Sam the pain in his legs, like, and he's like, God is not invited to this party, Sam. And it's just like, Jesus Christ, like this is some catty ass Riverdale high school bullshit.
He's very, very, he's very conflicted.
Here's the
he's
other
never
thing,
dealt with these emotions.
He can make a pretty fucking good case that he's no worse a dating option than actual Sam. So they're both caught in these weird colliding paradoxes. It kind of ends with a little bit of a flub, right? Sam wishes for a way to kill him. And he goes, okay, bro. And just runs Sam through. There's no fight. It doesn't happen, right?
Right.
She kind of lures him like, well, I need Sam, blah, blah, blah. And when Sam stands up behind, she pushes him. And he gets burned in hell.
Right.
There was a burning question still on my mind, right? Because she walks out. And she's in this bright, sunny... It reminded me of the end of Nightmare on Elm Street 1, right?
Right.
It's a little too sunny. It's a little too nice. It's a real, nice.
Like, raindrops keep falling on my head. Yeah, very much so.
Do you think that the Jinn... Because this is the thing, right? She tried to run away. The house was ripping apart. She falls through and lands right back in her bed where he's sitting there cross-legged like, hello. Right. Do you think she was in the gym?
I think she's maybe in her own... Ooh, okay. Bust this.
I think she's caught in the gym by the end of this movie.
If a Jinn catches feels, do you think they... Because, like, this starts happening, like, he's basically, like, experiencing human emotions. Do you think they have to replace themselves and she's now a Jinn?
I don't even know that. I think she's in the gym or some parallel pocket universe.
Sure.
I think he's going to return as a different guy and keep going.
That makes sense.
I think he now has an eternity to play this game with her.
I think he's got a taste, and now he's like, all right, I want to do this again.
I think he allowed himself to be banished.
Yep.
So that he could then continue to have... I think she's trapped in the gym at the end of this movie.
That would make... he loves her. Maybe it's like a...
I think in a weird way, he forsook hell on earth.
Yep.
And he's somewhat trapped in his own heaven-hell paradox with this woman at the end. Because that last shot is so weird.
Yeah. It's very out of context.
It's so fucking strange to me that it was letting me feel like something else.
I like the idea that this sort of ends in this sort of what dreams may come scenario where it's like, do you want to do it again? Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, like I said, it's such a fucking weird direction for part 4 to go. I absolutely fell in love with it. Yeah. The idea of the Jinn who is, because they tell us early, they are a creature of pure malice and evil. They're everything we fear manifested. This movie is saying, what if that's what we are to the Jinn? And that's why they're attacking us and they have no remorse for us or whatever. Right. And then for the smallest of seconds,
well, think about it.
We're Jinn sees something that he falls for.
We're always asking the Jinn for things. This is the first time in 4 movies that the Jinn has been asked something of like something simple, like I just want to see you. Like it's like this more ethereal thing. It's the only time he hasn't been asked for like an actual item.
When he wins the settlement, she gets the little kiss on the cheek, and you can see the fucking first crack in the armor. Yep. It's not a horrifying, untouchable, scary guy. Because again, our first Wishmaster gave off those "I will bite your face off" vibes.
Totally.
Whether in costume or not, right?
Yeah.
Fucking rubber moist suit guy creep. This is just a normal looking guy, and he feels a moment, right? This creature who is trapped for eternity in this gym. And he constantly have his cousins like, come on, bro, help.
Come on, let's go.
He's essentially the scientist from Howard the Duck, dude, just trying and can't get it done, right?
Can't get it done, yes.
He finds this one little moment of intimacy, and he begins to dream his own dream.
Yeah.
And I think it's such a weird inversion of the horror movie formula. And it's a little better with its campiness in this one. The kills are upped a little bit. So even though the suit's not as good, this and that, there's some real fun love triangle elements.
He's dreaming the impossible dream. He's dreaming the impossible dream. You're rooting for the djinn.
What other horror movie, the last time you see your horror movie monster, he's kind of just like, I'm looking for love, right? You could say maybe Bride of Frankenstein, but that's a lot. I wouldn't say it's any creepier than this, actually. It's equally as creepy as this. But yeah, it's not something you see, right? And especially from Wishmaster, it's not something I thought I would expect is
right.
The djinn has a heart.
Yeah.
I thought it was a really fun way to wrap this series up. I wanted to toss it to you in summation. We like to do this when we wrap up a franchise. What about Wishmaster still keeps you coming back for more? What do you love so much about the Wishmaster as a character and a franchise?
Character-wise, again, Andrew Divoff is just like one of the all-time great faces.
He really should get a lot more love in like the pantheon of great horror movie guys.
Yeah. It just doesn't, you know? Yeah. And, you know, again, if you recontextualize it and think of it as a different djinn, it works pretty well. Again, everything's got low points. Everyone's got high points. I think what do I like about Wishmaster? The syntax, the incorrect grammar, like it's all wonderful. No. What I like is that words are powerful. I like that. Like they say this in Wishmaster 4. Like, I like the idea, you know, the pen is mightier than the sword in a lot of ways. So I like the idea that would come back to haunt you. And of course that would be a terrifying thing. I'm not sure we never got even close to being as good as the first Wishmaster in these 3 movies. No. But I like the way it went because 4 really does take it in this direction where we're like, that was not the movie I was expecting. I enjoyed that.
It soars over its limitations.
I like being surprised by movies that I do not expect to surprise me.
Yeah, I think what I always come back to, right, again, is that Andrew Divoff is one of the scariest characters, right? His whether in suit or not, he's terrifying. His performance is awesome. I would watch those performances any day and be happy I did.
Absolutely.
I love the supernatural creativity. I like the little bit of ancient Egyptian mysticism scenes, right?
Yep.
There is a creepiness about a monster who's just preying on our inability to foist
on our whims.
Right. That's the right word, right? That we have these whims and we all want something more and better than what we have, and how thin that wall is when a monster says, I can give that to you, that we're willing to just jump in the ocean without the shark cage and see what happens. I think it's a really fun game that works over and over and over again for me.
I agree. The viciousness of being careful what you wish for is what makes this terrifying and also highly entertaining.
Yeah, and I'm a sucker for weird religious lore movies. So, like, even strangely, as 3 and 4 are kind of hampered, they still have these really fun little bits for me to mine that I do really still enjoy.
really do enjoy the Dick Angels. They are great.
Angels, you got to step your games up. Not a good show.
That guy lopped the book lady's head off. Not okay.
That wasn't even an angel. We don't even know who he was.
I thought that was an angel. That was the guy.
Maybe he had a blue light, but that could just be God bringing him up to punish him and send him back to hell for not doing his job. They said the hunter had been activated. Didn't give him an angel name. They
just
didn't.
The hunter.
Yeah, because you're like, you think that if it was an angel, they would have activated him the moment the gym was opened up.
Yeah, I guess that's true. So
unless God wants him to fail at making
he's just
wishes.
a djinn hunter while this djinn's just
Maybe that's the lesson God wants us to learn is that you don't get what you wish for.
This djinn's just looking for love in all the wrong places, man. That's all.
I thought it was kind of a sweet inverse. Granted, everything he does is the creepiest way to be in love.
Yeah, not great.
But the basic sentiment of it was very sweet.
You don't like force the L word post coitus like that. Not okay.
That's true. That's a basic rookie bitch move.
Come on, bud.
You got to get out. You know
that's a virgin mistake. You don't do that.
I don't know, man. I also think the fun thing about this franchise, yeah, he's just like a fucking 5,000-year-old virgin. I do think the fun thing about this franchise, though,
Wishmaster
is I think this is the perfect franchise for a great big fucking reboot.
Oh, totally. I've always thought that. The fact that they haven't done it yet is it's so right.
Fun. Yeah, and
in 2022,
you could have Andrew Divoff make like a legacy cameo. And, everyone thought there'd never be another Pennywise after Tim Curry, and they found one, right?
Yeah. You can find another.
It's hard, and it won't be the same always, but like you can find someone to do a pretty good job. Bring Andrew Divoff in again and honor what he did. The Wishmaster is just a perfect setup for a horror movie. And it's evergreen and it travels time, place, dimension, whatever.
Also, as long as we're credited, you can have all those like dick blowing up jokes and stuff like that. Like, you're welcome.
I would fucking die a happy man if I got to take a shot at that Wishmaster.
If I got to take a shot at rebooting Wishmaster, I think it would be like the one horror franchise I'd be comfortable trying to write.
This and Pumpkinhead are like the two I'm like, they're right fucking there. Event Horizon, like there's a couple I love that are like right there. I'd be very intimidated to do stuff like Hellraiser and this and that. These are so
These are evergreen. These have a lot of legs.
Hellraiser just has more like mythology. It's bigger, it's more intimidating. I feel like you gotta really dig in a lot more. I feel like the pay dirt barely got tapped in some of these movies, and this is a great one. So that's it, guys, for the Wishmaster. I hope you had as much fun deep diving this series with us as we've had recording them. You guys know the deal. 31 days, 31 pods. So we'll be back tomorrow with another awesome horror movie to discuss with you guys. If you would be so kind, tell your friends what we're working on over here. We work really hard. We want to have as many people join us for the October Mega Marathon as possible. Please go to patreon.com/filmalchemistpod and support us if you can. Means the world to us, and we work hard to make all your wishes come true over there. You can email us, filmalchemistpod@gmail.com. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel, Film Alchemist. Find us on all the social media you're on. We're easy to get a hold of. Also, if you would be so kind, leave ratings and reviews, 5 stars, a couple sentences, wherever you can for the show. It means the world to us. All right, tomorrow a new adventure in horror begins as we stand on the abyss of the October Mega Marathon. 31 days, 31 pods. We'll see you